So this happened recently. I was deep in the jungle, lost, tired, and completely disoriented. I'll admit I messed up. Somewhere near the river, I took what I thought was a shortcut, but the trees quickly thickened. The path beneath my feet disappeared, and soon, even the sound of flowing water vanished. My compass was almost useless under such a dense canopy, and the sun had already started to fall. To say I was lost would be an understatement. I was being swallowed by the green abyss. Every rustle of leaves seemed to whisper something ancient. Every snap of a twig made me turn my head. And then I saw movement fast, sudden, and almost impossible to track. At first I thought it was a monkey, nothing too big, just bigger than a baboon. But what really caught me off guard was its eyes, dark, deep, and intelligent, staring right at me from a crooked branch. It didn't run or screech and make a scene. It just sat there looking at me, tilting its head as if trying to figure me out. And then it leapt to another tree and vanished into the thick foliage. I considered it a coincidence. After all, monkeys are known for their unpredictable antics. But as I tried to continue on my way, the monkey came back. It reappeared on another branch, this time waiting longer before jumping ahead. I couldn't shake the feeling that it was following me. But why was it curious? Was it assessing me? Or was there something more to its behavior? Then it occurred to me that I wasn't alone. There was another human scent on this trail. I remembered seeing a pair of footprints imprinted in the soft mud near the riverbank. The same ones I'd initially dismissed as belonging to some other hiker. But if this trail led nowhere, who else would be here? And if I wasn't the only one who'd strayed from the path, maybe this monkey knew something I didn't. With no other options, I hesitantly followed the monkey. It moved fast, but never too far. It's always waited on a branch just within sight, just out of reach. At first, I only saw the back of its head, its fur like a dark flame against the greens and browns of the jungle. But as it kept stopping, I began to notice things I'd missed before. Each place the monkey stopped, there were signs I hadn't seen before. A broken branch, footprints in the soft mud, even faint scratch marks on a tree, as if someone or something had used it as a ladder long ago. As the light filtered through the canopy, painting dappled patterns on the ground, I began to see the jungle in a new light. I saw a liana vine that could have served as a bridge over a small stream, a sturdy-looking bamboo thicket that might lead to a hidden clearing, a cluster of wild grapes growing near the base of a moss-covered boulder. I realized I wasn't just following a monkey. I was rediscovering my senses, relearning the language of the wilderness. The monkey, whether it meant to or not, was leading me back to something more than just direction. It was showing me a forgotten path, both on the ground and inside myself. I had always believed I knew nature. I'd spent enough time in the woods to feel confident in my skills. But being lost stripped me of that illusion. It was a humbling experience, a reminder that nature doesn't reward pride, it respects awareness. And in that moment, guided by an animal I'd usually overlook, I realized something deeper. We're never truly alone in the wild. How nature watches, tests, and teaches, but only if we're willing to listen. I pushed on, not because I trusted the monkey, but because I had no better option. Still, I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was watching me, guiding me, testing me. The sky above was a patchwork quilt of blue and gray, the clouds heavy with the promise of rain. The air, thick with the scent of wet earth and decaying leaves, seemed to press in on me. As I walked, I strained to hear any sound that could give away my location. The rush of a nearby stream, the call of a bird, anything. But the jungle was silent, or so it seemed. That's when I heard it again, a snap, a twig breaking underfoot. I whirled around, heart pounding, and there it was again, that unsettling feeling of being watched. But this time, I noticed something more. The twig lay broken at my feet, and imprinted in the soft mud beside it, there were two sets of footprints. Mine and the monkey's. They were identical in size and shape. My mind raced. How could we have the same footprints? Was this real, or was my exhaustion playing tricks on me? I reached down to examine the footprints, trying to make sense of what I saw. The monkey's footprints matched mine perfectly. Were they a trick of the light, a bizarre coincidence, or something more? Driven by curiosity and a dash of fear, I decided to follow them. What choice did I have? It was either that or give in to the despair of being hopelessly lost. The footprints led me deeper into the labyrinthine heart of the jungle. The canopy overhead grew thicker, the the sunlight more subdued. The air hung heavy, pregnant with moisture and the buzzing of unseen insects. Then just when I was about to lose hope, the footprints led me to a break in the trees. As I stepped out into the small clearing, I realized why. The footprints ended abruptly at the edge of a steep drop. The ground beneath my feet gave way to a narrow ledge overlooking a deep ravine. The river, the one I'd been trying to find, was far below me. But I wasn't alone. Perched on a rock at the bottom of the ravine was the monkey. It sat calmly, seemingly unfazed by the precarious position. Relief washed over me. Not only did I see the river, but I also realized that the monkey had been leading me away from danger. If I'd followed the river downstream, I could have easily been swept out to sea. But the monkey had shown me the quickest way out of the jungle. But as I stared at the monkey, another realization dawned on me. It wasn't just leading me, it was waiting for me, testing me. Throughout my ordeal, the monkey had never come closer than it did in that moment. Now, it looked directly at me, its gaze unwavering. For a moment, I felt a surge of triumph. I was found. I was going to make it out of the jungle alive. Then, as quickly as it had appeared, the monkey vanished, darting away into the bushes. And just like that, it was gone. I cautiously made my way back to the edge of the clearing, scanning the ground for any sign of where it might have gone. The footprints, my footprints, were still there, but the monkeys had vanished. I continued on. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. But now there was a different feeling, a sense of anticipation. What would I find next? The monkey had shown me the way, but now it was up to me to follow through. I emerged from the trees onto a wide stretch of sandy beach. In the distance, I could hear the rhythmic crash of waves. With each step, the sound grew louder, more familiar. And then I saw it. There in front of me, stretching out like a welcoming embrace, was the river. The sun broke through the clouds, casting a golden glow on the water. The familiar sight brought tears to my eyes. It wasn't just the river. It was the connection to the world I'd almost lost. From that day on, I carry the lessons of the forgotten path with me. Nature isn't just a backdrop, it's a participant. And sometimes the greatest discoveries happen when we're lost.